Hello, and welcome back to yet another episode of Learn American English with this guy. Episode 6, we're on already. And for today's episode, I'm going to do exactly what I did yesterday and talk about my day. And it's going to be pretty boring or mundane, which is a good word to use if you don't want to keep using boring. Mundane. So the activities I talk about will probably be pretty mundane, but if you are trying to learn English, I think it would be a good introduction or at least useful because that's a lot of what we talk about when we use languages. We talk about ourselves and we talk about what we're doing that day. So I hope the activities are slightly different from what I've talked about before, and I'll just try to give you an idea of how we say certain things in English and how they might be a little bit different from French or Italian. All right, I hope you enjoy this episode, and as always, if you want me to cover something else, please leave a comment, please send me an audio message. And so it'll give me a little direction on what people are looking for. Thanks again. Hello. Thanks for listening. Like I said in the intro, I'm just going to talk about what I did today. And I'll use a little bit of past tense because it is in the afternoon. It's about 2:15 p.m. And if you didn't know, in the United States, we don't say like, I think it would be 14:15 maybe. We just make things a little bit more complicated by saying 2 p.m. or 2 a.m., which is in the middle of the night, 2 a.m., but right now it is 2 p.m., 2:15 p.m. That's how we say the afternoon. So I'll talk about what I did in the morning, which will be past tense. I probably won't talk too much about what I'm doing now because I'm only recording this podcast. But then I will use a little bit of future tense to talk about what I anticipate or what I think I will be doing later on in the afternoon. And I'll probably throw in a little of what my family has done, is doing, and will do. Right, so this morning, like I said in the intro, it's probably going to be pretty mundane. But this morning, I woke up at approximately 6:15 in the morning. Now, as I've said a few times on this podcast, I am 44 years old. So, and if you notice the verb I used there, I am 44 years old, when in like French and Italian, it says I have 44 years. I'm not sure why we choose to do it differently, but we do. So I am 44. When I was younger, I used to sleep very late on vacation. I think I forgot to mention that. I'm on vacation for the next week or so because I'm a teacher and students don't go to school during Christmas vacation, which means I don't have to go to school either, which I am perfectly fine with. So yeah, this morning I woke up probably pretty early for some people's standards, at about 6:15. I can't sleep late anymore, but I go to bed early. So typical old man, going to bed very early, waking up pretty early. Last night I think I went to bed at about 11 o'clock, which is a little bit late for me, but so this morning I spent a couple hours studying my Italian and my French. I've been taking Italian for about the past 9 months now, and I teach myself, and I've been using this app called Hello Talk, which has been very helpful. I can say some things in Italian to people they can tell me how awful my Italian is, and then they can correct me. But I watched a lot of YouTube videos this morning in Italian with the subtitles. Some have the auto subtitles, and if you are learning English with auto subtitles, it's probably pretty bad. But some of the channels that I watch in Italian actually have the people write out the subtitles, which is really helpful. It just takes more time. So my family slept a little bit later, so I had the house to myself. It was quiet, and that's when I spent probably 2 or 3 hours just reading over material, talking with people on Hello Talk, which is something I very much like to do. The next thing I did when my family woke up was that I helped clean the house. My daughter is having some friends over tonight. She is 13 years old. My daughter is having some friends over. So the house was a little messy because of Christmas. Presents still hadn't been put back. And so I did some sweeping and just very boring, mundane activities getting the house ready. And while I got the house ready, I had Italian audio playing to try to help me with my listening. And then I had a very quick lunch, just a sandwich with bologna and cheese and yellow mustard and some potato chips. Yeah, in the United States we say potato chips, while I think in England they say crisps. I'm not sure why that is, but just a little bit of difference between English and American English, I guess, if you will. And tonight, while my daughter has her friends over, and like I said, they are 13, 14, 15, my son and I are going to get out of the house, for sure. Because if you've ever been around 13-year-olds in general, but in particular, girls, they can be pretty loud. And my son, who is 12, would probably feel a little awkward, so we are going to do our best to get out of the house. What we have planned is one of his friends has a hockey game, so we are going to go watch that hockey game. And then we are going to have dinner at a very classy restaurant, one of his favorites, and it's called Burger King. You may have Burger King where you are listening. It's fairly cheap and very bad for you, but hey, I'm an American. We are not known for our healthy eating activities, are we? So we are going to go to one of his favorite restaurants, and I will get, probably for the second time, I will get the Impossible Whopper. I don't know if you've heard of this, but it is beef, imitation beef, fake beef, made from plants, apparently. I'm not sure how it works, but apparently there is no meat involved. It's like all plant protein. I've had it. I like it. I think it's really good. I'm not a vegetarian or anything, but every so often, and I don't think it's Burger King, so it's definitely not healthy for you. But I actually like the taste of the Impossible Whopper, so I think that's what I'll probably get tonight. Now I'm going to finish this podcast by saying the next thing that I will do is that I'm going to take a shower. Again, I think in French and Italian, the verb take, it's prendere, I believe, in Italian. You don't say take a shower. You say do a shower, I believe, right? Do. So, yeah, in English, you take a shower, which actually makes no sense. Because to take something, it means you kind of like hoard it. Hoard. Hoard it, like you hoard it for yourself. You take it away from someone, possibly. So I don't know why that is, but yeah, we say I'm gonna go take a shower. Future tense. I am going to go take a shower, or I am about to take a shower, which means a shower will be happening for me in the very near future. And I think most Americans, we try to shower every day. I can't speak for all Americans. In fact, I know some Americans don't shower every day, but I think most of us strive to. Even when I'm on vacation, I try to take a shower a day. And I think the people around me very much appreciate the fact that I try to take a shower a day. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you haven't been too bored by my boring day. Maybe even my voice I've tried to keep kind of level, so maybe it will relax you and possibly put you to sleep. I hope you're not driving while you're listening to this, because it may put you to sleep. But if this has been helpful to you at all, please let me know in the comment section. Send a message. What can I do better? What am I doing horribly wrong that you would like me to correct? And I will do my best. So thank you for listening to another episode of Learn American English with this guy.